still to come from Athens. It's back to the track for the men's 1500-meter final. World record holder Hicham el Guerrouj of Morocco, one of the greatest middle distance runners of all time, goes for his first Olympic gold as soon as we return from Athens.
And here's a man still looking to fulfill his Olympic dream. This is Hicham el Guerrouj of Morocco, who's dominated the 1500 meters like no one else. The only thing missing from his resume, Olympic gold. In Atlanta, making a move on Noureddin Mursali, tripped and fell. And then in Sydney, Noah Nyan of Kenya passing him in the final meters, had to settle for the silver. So even though he has been the dominant runner at 1500 meters, no Olympic gold. And there is El Guerrouj trying finally to win that gold medal.
He has dealt with this albatross for not 4, but 8 years. I saw him earlier in the week. I said, you look more relaxed than you did in Sydney. He said, well, I have a family now, and I'm not quite the big favorite. But if I were him, I'd be feeling more pressure.
And Kip Lagat of Kenya beat El Guerrouj in Zurich earlier this month.
And Bernard is the reason why he is not considered the heavy favorite, because Bernard has been chasing El Guerrouj for the last 4 years, and it seems he finally has figured out a way to beat him.
And Adil Kaouch of Morocco could play a big part in the outcome of this race.
All 12 runners will be watching him, because twice in the past in World Championship races he has sacrificed his race to be a pace setter for El Guerrouj.
And they're on their way in the 1500 final. Can El Guerrouj finally get that Olympic gold?
I believe the pace setter, or expected pace setter, has been blocked and is at the back of the pack. Now it would be up to the Kenyans to come up with some strategy to beat El Guerrouj.
So the Kenyans and the Moroccans, famous for their gamesmanship in these distance races.
Already a huge shock. This is opening the door to many more runners. Any of the 12 has a better chance now that the first 200 has been slow. This makes it very tough for El Guerrouj. And I think Koech, well, it looks like the Kenyans are controlling it right now.
Lagat with the lead with his Kenyan teammates. El Guerrouj up close as they continue in this 1500-meter run.
And in the green top, just with the Kenyans, is Wendimu from Ethiopia. He's only run 2 1500 meters. They thought he was a marathoner, then he was a 5,000-meter runner, and then a month or so ago he ran a great 1500, and no one really knows what his potential is. 16:77 Wendimu. What is El Guerrouj thinking?
El Guerrouj is on the outside, about 6. Estevez of Spain now takes over the lead.
I think for years we've been talking about El Guerrouj can only win in a fast-paced race, and he's saying to everybody, all right, I'm going to show you how great I am. I'm going to win it the hard way.
He is right now just outside Estevez and vying for the lead.
And Bernard Lagat is looking around, because he told me a couple of weeks ago in Zurich, when El Guerrouj goes, I need to be in front of him. I keep dropping in behind him, and what he wants to do now is hold El Guerrouj out there in the second lane, and if he holds him out there, he'll make him run extra yards.
El Guerrouj goes to the front. Lagat second, Estevez is third.
Crazy Estevez, he's the guy who had blonde hair in the semifinal. He shaved it off for the final. He has blazing speed at the end of a slow race. They have allowed him to become a factor.
And Heshko of Ukraine is up there with the leaders suddenly.
Heshko has the best finish in the last 100 meters. He's in blue there if he can get a clear run. El Guerrouj likes to go with 600 yards left in the race and string everybody out.
El Guerrouj and Lagat still running 1-2. And here's the final lap. Hicham el Guerrouj trying finally to win that Olympic gold medal, and he has the lead over Lagat.
I think he's left it too late. This is what Lagat wants, and we could have an amazing upset as Heshko is in third place.
Estevez is fourth. So it's El Guerrouj, Lagat, Heshko, Estevez. They're approaching the final turn, and Lagat still on the heels of El Guerrouj. El Guerrouj has been dominant, but has not been able to win Olympic gold. Will this be the time in Athens? Legat moves an inch closer. El Guerrouj still in front. Legat still on his heels. Here's the home straightaway. El Guerrouj and Legat. El Guerrouj still holding him off. Legat making a final surge at him. El Guerrouj and Legat. El Guerrouj comes back again. El Guerrouj, Legat to the line. El Guerrouj got it. Finally realizes his Olympic dream. El Guerrouj was headed in the home straightaway by Legat, would not give up, came back, and finally did it.
Well, he did it the hard way, the way we thought he couldn't do it, but the last 800 meters, 1:46.70, by far the fastest last 800 meters ever run in a 1,500-meter race.
He was in tears in Sydney when he was passed and finished second. He's in tears of joy in Athens. Finally, after dominating the event for years, he is able to get the Olympic gold medal, and his career is complete. Hicham el Guerrouj of Morocco, 3:34.18. Legat the silver, and Silva the bronze. So Hicham el Guerrouj, many say he's the greatest ever at this distance. He now has the credentials.
Yeah, Tom, or at least the most impressive single credential, an Olympic gold medal. Elite athletes and top coaches pretty much will all tell you it doesn't get any more impressive than surrendering the lead in the stretch as El Guerrouj did, and then somehow summoning a reserve to meet a challenge and beat it. El Guerrouj gets his long-awaited Olympic title in a race that, in a sense, also defined his athletic character. In closing tonight, a story that has come full circle. 8 years ago at the Atlanta Games, Hicham el Guerrouj fell in the 1,500 meters. He had a chance to win, and he finished last. Minutes later, still on the track, he received a phone call. It was Morocco's King Hassan, who told him, "You are still a champion in the eyes of the Moroccan people." Tonight, there was another immediate post-race phone call, this time from the son, Mohammed VI. The king, said the new Olympic champion, was super happy. That'll close the book for day 11 of these Athens Games. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.